should have you. It's always nice to get enthusiasm when you come out. It makes the day go faster. Yeah. It's nice.
Nice audience.
Now, you know, there's new disturbing video footage, and it was released by Us Weekly, of Michael Jackson's 1984 accident while filming a commercial. We should warn you that it's very hard to look at. Michael himself admitted his injuries led to a painkiller addiction. Before we show it to you again, I'm just cautioning you, it's tough to watch. So please, here, let's take a look at it.
I haven't seen it, have you?
No. Yeah, just prepare yourself.
Saw this last night for the first time.
Yes, he doesn't know it.
But he doesn't know.
He doesn't know
until right.
Oh,
yeah.
Now.
So he's
God.
And his brother Jermaine came in and was one of the people who was trying to put it out. But you know, you will see that there's on his scalp where it actually burned the hair off.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's extraordinary.
But
and evidently that hair, yeah, you see, and that hair never grew back.
No.
And one of the reports after his death was that he was almost bald, and this is why he was wearing wigs, because that large spot never grew back. I don't know whether that's the case, but that's what was said. But this means if he was taking painkillers following that, that's 25 years of drugs.
And then we're seeing, I think
but
that...
how come he didn't feel it? Wouldn't you feel that?
Because...
No, but not right away. I mean, obviously he did. I mean, you see in the video him reach up, and it looked like pain to me, but I think sometimes you can kill the nerves depending on how it's
adrenaline. He was dancing. It was so much stuff going on.
But why is it released now?
Oh, because it's an ongoing saga now.
It's, you know, this is
Who
what...
had it?
Well, we're in YouTube Nation, you know?
I'm sure the people who shot it had it. You know, it was a commercial. It was the 6th take of a commercial that he was shooting. And I'm sure the reason they didn't show it before is because we've never been in a generation where, you know, people want to see that over breakfast. But, you know, I guess people figured they're cashing in. They had the footage. They sold it. And, you know, one of the interesting things is people say, well, how did it happen? You know, he had what we used to call Jerry curls. Do you remember those? Where it made your hair look just flowy and natural, and stuff used to run down your head. Well, it's an oil base.
Oh, I remember that from the concept.
So it ignited it. And
wait, what ignited it?
The oil in the hair. No, they didn't have to be.
Curl juice.
The oil, when you spray your hair to make it shiny or make it do that curly thing, it's a spray.
Yes.
So you spray it on, and in it is an oil base.
And so why does that go on?
Because oil hit the spark, hit his head.
I'm getting that. It was what spark did it hit? That's what I was saying.
No, but I think it made it worse. Like, we use oil to cook. Let's just use that analogy. So you're cooking in a pan, you fry something.
Was there a light?
There was tons of...
The spark.
There was... He was coming through that, you know, there had been what do you call it, the
flames, the fireworks.
Pyro. It was pyrotechnics, and that's what hit his head.
But also, too, you know, what the video does show is the tremendous amount of pain. If you're saying for 25 years of your scalp being burned, that he might have been in for that length of time. Not
just your scalp. Remember, he had burns up to his face as well.
And the trauma of that, you know, you hear post-traumatic stress disorder. I think something like that is certainly it's understandably something that would throw someone into that. You know, we're thinking about now, like, the custody, and we're about to talk about the kids, too, where they're going. And it made me think of, okay, if they're saying that this was 1984 when this accident happened, if that triggered a drug addiction of any kind, and then it was 2002 when he made his will, in between that time, you wonder, okay, who are the people, A, giving him what he needed, and then B, who's advising him with his will and estate planning, too? Because I think that, if anything is altering the way you'd make decisions, you have to think about that. I mean, we heard about it with Anna Nicole
differently. It's a face on. It's easy to say drug addict. When you see something like that, you don't think some more drug addict when people were saying that.
Well, you get a sense of why it might have happened. Because, you know, scalp lacerations are no joke. They are horrifically painful.
Didn't he spend time in a... I mean, he spent time in a burn unit.
You know, and he had other injuries as well, so it wasn't just this one thing. So, you know, I'm sure the ongoing saga continues because Michael's children now have been photographed going to the Jehovah's Witness Hall, Kingdom Hall, and Sherry, you know about this, because Michael was a lapsed Jehovah's Witness, and it's not clear if he wanted to raise the children as witnesses. But since his mom is active...
I would think that if he willed his children to his mother, and Katherine Jackson has been a practicing, and Rebe has been a practicing Jehovah's Witness since I was a teenager, because I remember going to the same Kingdom Hall, and he would be in the library, Michael Jackson. But I would think that he would know that this is a religion she would be diligently taking the kids to, because now they'll be going to, it's like when you're a Jehovah's Witness, you go to 5 meetings a week, you go to Bible study, you go to 2 meetings on Sundays and during the weekday. So they're going to be teaching them the Bible.
But you know, she is now, these children are now under her care, and there will be other decisions that Michael might not have made. The children, it seems, are now going to go to a regular school. I don't know whether she will continue to have them homeschooled. At some point, there may be decisions about colleges. I mean, at this point, there are going to be decisions that Katherine Jackson is going to make that may or may not have been the way Michael, just even in terms of what? Discipline, she is now the
one thing I gotta say about the Jehovah's Witnesses, they're very loving people. Those kids are going to be loved.
But these kids, for all those years that he was around, he protected them. You know, now I see why he put the veils on them, and now they're in the media
all the time.
They need to go into the Jehovah's Witness Protection Program.
But you actually hit on, it's funny. I'll let that marinate for a bit. There is truth in that, though, I think, because maybe he understood the community and security and routine and protection and consistency that they would have after, if indeed this happened.
They've now seen them, they'll get a little used to them. They were much more of a curiosity going around with black veils. You know, they're very attractive and appealing children, and at some point, I don't know when this is going to be over, but at some point it will, and they'll go on with their lives.
Does the media have any responsibility to, you know, is anybody looking at how is this going to affect the children if we put out a video like this?
Are you asking if our media has responsibility?
If we put out something like this, is it? Yeah.
No, but Sherry, we've been talking about, much more than the things that these children have had to learn. And just in the last
but I'm saying now the things that are coming out, like you said, this is the gift that Michael is the gift that keeps on giving, is their responsibility.
Like
maybe we should think about that. Yeah. What are we putting out? Because these kids are going to see
but, you know, that's a bigger question. That goes to all celebrities with children. You know, it really is a bigger question. Yeah, you want to know everything about them, but when is it not your business?
Right.
You know, and you've heard various celebrities say, you know, you can say what you want about me, take my picture all you want, but leave my kids alone.
With the First Lady and the President, you know how they said, we're going to leave the kids alone. I think with these kids, we don't have to know everything that they're doing. We don't have to know that they're going to the kingdom.
You're asking people.
But to some degree, Katherine Jackson could say, look, to the press, please try to understand and give these children some privacy. I mean, right now, everything that happens is a huge story.
Yeah.
In time, one hopes that they will, you know, eventually, will they go to a regular school?
It's not financially lucrative. When they don't need to take any more pictures because you can't make any more money on it, they'll stop.
But
it's crazy.
The press and the media and the paparazzi are going to give everyone a big fat no when it comes to asking for privacy for these kids.
But also,
the answer is
it's
no.
always going to be lucrative to take their pictures, because as they get older, people keep wanting to see what they look like.
Maybe not as lucrative as it is now, because you can make a lot of dough right now. Yeah. But you know what? We're going to make some dough for the people we're working for. That's right. So we're going to go and come right back with more Hot Topics.